What's up guys? Hey, Dr. Cole here doing another short video for you, and the title of today's video is the top 7 foods you may be eating that are making you feel like crap. Now look, I realize that title's a little on the nose, but sometimes we need to hear stuff like that. So the reason for shooting this video is yesterday I had a new client come in who had a myriad of degenerative pain and autoimmune type conditions. So from ankylosing spondylitis, to Raynaud's, to fibromyalgia, chronic knee pain, psoriatic arthritis. I mean, just pain and autoimmune disease everywhere. And so as we got into this client's diet, it was very, very obvious that these foods that they were eating were the major contributing factor into why they felt the way that they did. So look, I wanted to do a short rundown of the top 7 foods that if you're eating these things right now, and you have digestive problems, autoimmune disease, brain fog, zero energy, if you can't sleep at night, if you have no metabolism, chronic pain issues, when you're eating any of these foods here, it's the number one factor, the major reason why you feel the way that you do is if these foods are in your diet. And look, if you're watching this and you see this list, and hopefully you can see it on the camera, and you're like, Dr. Cole, I don't eat any of those foods right now anyway. Hey, watch this video anyway, because repetition leads to positive reinforcement in your diet and in your lifestyle. So let's dive into this list here. Number 1's fast food, and we're going to go through this list pretty quickly today too. Fast food, I hope by this point in your life, you know that fast food is the most inflammatory, degenerative, devoid of any nutrients type food that you can put into your body. So the trans fats, the inflammatory, rancid, man-made fats in this food, some of these things stay in your system for over 90 days, even though you might digest the food out the next day. The meats are full of hormones and steroids and antibiotics and animals that are fed GMO corn and soybeans. The amount of processed grains and food additives in here, it just makes it the number 1 culprit on this list for the worst food you can put in your body. And I don't know if you've ever seen some of these videos on Facebook or YouTube of people who buy these meals and then set it out in their office for like a year and take pictures every so often. But the food never decomposes. It just turns gray throughout the year. It never breaks down. So if airborne microbials and if oxidation cannot break these foods down, what do you think it's doing to your body? What type of toxic, damaging effects to your cells do you think this is causing? So fast food by far and away is the worst one. I use the word food liberally here too. 100 years ago, none of these foods existed, and the people from back then would not call any of these things foods. So again, when we call these things foods, use that word liberally. In addition to fast food, diners and gas station food falls into that category too. So anything that's quick and easy or made cheaply. If you can go to a diner and get a meal for like $5 or $7, what type quality food do you think you're putting into your body for that cheap? And I've realized, we're all on different budgets here, but you can go to the grocery store or your farmer's market and spend that $5 or $7 on a ton of vegetables that will build to your health versus this is going to detract from it, cause degeneration, inflammation, and breakdown of your cells. Gas station food, we live in Western Pennsylvania. I live in Western Pennsylvania here. These gas stations around here are more like mini junk food marts today. Not sure where it is where you live, but it seems to be that way across the whole country. There's really nothing too good you can get other than some grass-fed beef jerky or some coconut water in these stores, so you can't go there for an easy option either and think that you're doing yourself any better than the fast food. So avoid the fast food, avoid the diners, and avoid the gas station food. Number 2, moving down the list, pop, or what you may call soda, we call it pop here, and also energy drinks. So if we talk about the number one most inflammatory thing you can put into your body is sugar. And the food or the drink that's loaded with the most sugar, the most high fructose corn syrup, and the artificial sweeteners too, are the amount of pops, soft drinks, sodas, and energy drinks that we drink in America. And this is also one of the major reasons for why you may have an afternoon crash. These energy drinks, they just give you short-term energy. They burn you out in the long term. It will lead to a burnout of your energy levels and your adrenal gland function. These drinks with their high sugar contents are the major driving force between diabetes and obesity and weight loss resistance. If you have joint pain, the patient I talked about, if you are in chronic pain, you have to get off of sugar because nothing is going to fuel that fire worse than dumping buckets and buckets and buckets of sugar back into your body. The average person eats over 150 pounds of sugar in America today from all the foods that we're eating. Soft drinks, sodas, pops, those are the major contributing sources there. Moving on to number 3 here, what I call snack food. This is all the comfort foods that you might like to unwind at night and you're watching TV or you're watching a movie, or maybe you're in between meals and you're on the go, so they're just so easy to reach for. But the chips, crackers, popcorn, pretzels, all those little grain type things, if you start reading the labels in anything that comes in a wrapper or a bag or some type of a pre-made package, you're going to see rancid oils like soybean oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, corn oil. When we talk about things that inflame the body, sugar is number 1, but fats last in your system a lot longer than sugar, meaning they have a lot more time to drive damage in your body when we eat these foods that have these rancid, inflammatory, man-made fats. And so, am I telling you can't ever have any of these things? No. Some categories have to be cut out altogether. There's no fast food that's safe for you to eat. There is no pop, soda, or energy drinks that are safe for you to eat. However, down here, we might be able to make some changes. So we have a local health food store in our area where we live called Nature's Way. And we go there and we get organic potato chips with olive oil or coconut oil on them. Or we get these chips called Benitos that we really like. Or we get these cassava flour chips. And so I like chips and salsa, and I can certainly appreciate some of those comfort foods. But we cannot be buying the conventional commercial brand products of these things because they're loaded with all the poisonous, toxic chemicals and all the inflammatory fats that are driving a lot of the symptoms that we mentioned earlier. Number 4 on the list goes right along with snack food, junk food. So we have here candy, cookies, baked goods. That would be brownies, cake, pies, muffins, all the things that you can buy at the gas stations, at the baking section of your local grocery store. Again, if you make some of these things at home, can you make a healthier version? Absolutely you can. My wife makes brownies with coconut sugar, a little bit of that. I'm not telling you can't ever have sugar. Depends on the case. We have a little bit of coconut sugar, a little bit of brown sugar every once in a while. We'll make our brownies or our cookies from ancient grains like einkorn or millet or spelt flour. And so you can have some of these foods in a different version of them. And a lot of these you're just going to unfortunately be best if you make these things at home. So what I'm talking about today, obviously, is the commercial brands of these. You can't go to your grocery store and go to the checkout aisle and list any of those candy bars there and think it's going to be okay for you to eat. It's going to cause major inflammatory issues. So again, candy, cookies, baked goods, pies, cakes, we love those things. We live in America. You got to get off the conventional commercial version of those. And if you want to have it, it has to be very limited. And you have to make it yourself at home using ancient grains and other things besides just processed sugar, maple syrup, honey, coconut sugar, and it has to be a very, very infrequent thing for you. Moving on to number 5, we have our breakfast cereals here. I hope that you're not eating breakfast cereal, but more importantly, I hope you're not feeding your children cereal if you have kids. Because I don't care what the front of the label says, it's not fortified with vitamins and minerals. It's not a healthy source of whole grains for them. You might as well feed your kids cookies or brownies or cake first thing in the morning with the amount of sugar and dyes and preservatives and chemical toxins that are found in these grains. Let's talk about grains too. They're made from grains that are sprayed with glyphosate, so that it wrecks their microbiome and the healthy bacteria in their gut gets destroyed when we're finding all this glyphosate residues. And it's been found in all these cereals. And even the word fortified, like fortified with vitamins, mean there's nothing in it. They have to add things back in just to give it any nutrient value. The vitamins and the minerals that they add back in aren't wholesome. They're not like medical grade supplement vitamins. They're synthetic. They have nothing that your body can use. And so cut the breakfast cereal out of your kids. They're going to fight you for it. They're addicted to these things. The boxes, the cereal's brightly covered for a reason. The characters in the cereal boxes whose eyes look down at your kids to connect there are intentional for a reason, because they want your kids craving this, they want your kids eating these things, and they want them telling you that they want you to buy it for them. In my opinion, there's no more major contributing factor than diet for why kids have learning disorders, ADHD, why they run around like crazy and have to be put on medications because they're daydreaming or have all this high energy, can't pay attention in school. Well, cereal, the sugar in it, the chemicals in it, is a major contributing factor to that. And if that's how you start their day off and then ship them off to school, well, of course, their body's going to react. So cut the cereal out. Don't replace it with Pop-Tarts or those other toaster strudels or whatever else you can reheat like that. All those breakfast foods, including cereal, are crap. They're crap for your kids. So got to cut it out. Have them eat eggs. Have them eat a smoothie. If you don't have kids and you're watching this and you eat cereal, don't have anything for breakfast. You can skip breakfast first thing in the morning, half the days of your week, if not more, and you'll be fine. Your body will feel better for it in the long run. It will make you a lot more calorie sensitive. You won't have to eat all the time. Your body will become a lot more efficient at the food you give it when you start intermittent fasting. Number 6, we have coffee. Moving down the list here. Notice I put commercial coffee. I'm not here to tell you that all coffee is bad for you. In fact, I love coffee. I drink a mug or two every morning. It's great for digestion. It has a laxative effect on your body. It's what we put into the coffee that most people are causing inflammatory, damaging effects to their body with. So, of all the major crops that are grown in South America or in America here, like in the Midwest, I know coffee is South America, but like if you compare coffee to corn or soybeans, all the major commercial crops, coffee receives the most pesticides. So if you are going to drink it, buy organic, brew it yourself at home. We put organic creamer into ours, and I don't like mine sweet, but my wife puts a little bit of raw honey in hers to sweeten it up. It's just the coffee that you go to these drive-thrus and you buy it, and it has all those, like the dry powder creamers or the flavored creamers you can buy at the grocery store, the sugar you put into it, all the toxic chemicals. I mean, most coffees that you would go and buy pre-prepared, especially if there's some like the mocha, frappuccino things, I mean, that is a chemical crap storm for your body. Again, being blunt and blatantly honest with you, that's what you're drinking there. It's a chemical crap storm for your body. So have coffee, but have it brewed at home, organic, with stuff that you put in it minimally. Wrapping up here, rounding out the final one, number 7, conventional salad dressings. So, if you're watching this and you're disgusted at this point and you're thinking, okay, I'm cutting all this out and I'm going to get some greens into my diet, and you go and you buy some dressing to dip them in to make them taste better, well, we have to make sure that they're not commercial or conventional, because all of the conventional salad dressings out there, again, if you turn over and read that label, soybean oil, canola oil, or vegetable oil. So you're taking a healthy vegetable that will alkalize your body, and now you're ruining the effects of that with the inflammatory fats that are found in these salad dressings. So, and on that note of alkalizing your body with vegetables, that's a good point I didn't mention so far. All these foods are acidic for your body. They cause acidity. Cancer and disease thrives in an acidic environment. Your body thrives in an alkaline environment. Health, rather, in your body thrives in an alkaline environment. So your blood, your cells, they should be slightly alkaline. If we're eating all these foods, they drive acidity, which lets cancer and other chronic diseases, inflammatory diseases, get a foothold. So eat your vegetables. Don't buy commercial salad dressing. Brands that we like are Bragg, so Bragg brand, B-R-A-G-G, Tessemae's, and also Sir Kensington's is a new brand out there too. In our area here, Giant Eagle sells those. If you live by a Wegmans, they will sell them. Walmart sells some of these things now, so check your local grocery store. But those are salad dressings that are made from olive oil or non-GMO safflower or sunflower oil. So in wrapping up here, if you're consuming any of these 7 groups of foods and you have any of those symptoms that we talked about before, cut these things out, totally eliminate them, don't wean off, don't move down slowly, sever them from your diet, completely remove them, and see how good your body begins to feel. Your energy will improve, your sleep's going to be better, you're going to lose weight, your joint pain is going to go away, and your body as a whole is just going to feel so much healthier. So I appreciate you watching this video. Like this video, share it on YouTube or Facebook or however you're watching this right now. Most of America needs to hear this information and cut these foods out of their diets. If you would like more information about our functional medicine programs, go to our website, drzachcole.com. It'll be in the link description below if you're watching this on YouTube. And yeah, if you'd like some information, please feel free to contact us. We'd love to help you out and a lot more beyond just these foods here. So, hey, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.